political, military, and business leaders around the world are quickly adjusting to the reality that the United States and Israel are rushing into a massive military conflict that will involve Russia, Iran, and China. True News is your source for the most comprehensive news and analysis of World War III. Let's start with a look at headlines around the world. We will begin in London with The Telegraph. This is a headline from this morning. The United States stands on the brink of global war with the Middle East and Asia. And then we'll go to another Telegraph article. The U.S. Navy is preparing for combat operations on a scale not seen for many years. And then we'll take a look at this Axios.com report. Pentagon ramps up Middle East surge. Doc Burkhart's got the details from this Axios article.
Yes, Rick, and some of the key points that were brought out in this article. First of all, thousands of U.S. military personnel have been shifted around the globe or told to prepare for deployment. 2,000 troops were ordered to deploy to the Middle East. The Pentagon is surging support to Israel, which includes providing air defenses and munitions, and an armada of American ships and aircraft are quickly amassing around Israel. Some other points that the article brought out, that there are now 2 aircraft carrier groups, the USS Gerald Ford and the USS Dwight D. Eisenhower. Each one of those, 7,000 sailors on board. 2 amphibious Navy ships are equipped with thousands of Marines. You have F-35s, F-15s, F-16s, and A-10 fighter jets already in the area. And the U.S. Special Operations Forces assisting Israel with planning and intelligence support. The White House is preparing to use U.S. military force if Hezbollah attacks Israel. And that is likely imminent. In fact, I'm surprised it hasn't happened already.
I know. I am too, Doc. One of the more ominous signs of World War, this Reuters report, U.S. sending additional air defense systems to Middle East, says the Pentagon. Doc, they're not sending just Patriot air defense systems. They're sending THAAD.
Yes. And
THAAD is a terminal high altitude area defense. So the United States, according to Reuters, the U.S. will send a THAAD system and additional Patriot air defense missile system battalions to the Middle East, according to the Pentagon over the weekend. Why is this an ominous sign? All right, the Patriot air defense systems shoot down missiles in the atmosphere.
Yes.
A THAAD shoots them down outside of the atmosphere.
Yes, the high altitude is the key part there.
So, Hezbollah, Hamas, would be shooting rockets into Israel that the Patriot systems would shoot down.
Right.
But why would you need a high-altitude air defense system?
For either Iran or for Russia.
That's right. And that would be an ICBM coming in with a nuclear warhead.
Right. So that tells you where their line of thinking is taking it, that this could possibly go nuclear. And in all likelihood, we're going to see something start shaking here over the next few days.
Doc, Newsweek is reporting Israeli official threatens to wipe Iran and Lebanon off the face of the earth.
Now, if you're in Iran and Lebanon, you're hearing these words. Now you're in a direct threat with Israel. Israel's Minister of Economy, Nir Barkat, issued an ominous threat to Iran and Lebanon in an interview published on Saturday, saying his country would wipe them off the face of the earth if Hezbollah opens up another northern front in the Hamas war. Barkat, in an interview with the Daily Mail, warned that Israel would view an escalation in Hezbollah's actions as an attack by Iran. The plan of Iran is to attack Israel on all fronts. If we find they intend to target Israel, we will not just retaliate to those fronts, but we will go to the head of the snake, which is Iran, he said. Barkat threatened, we are going to make sure they pay a heavy price if, God forbid, they open the northern front. Went on to say, Lebanon and Hezbollah are going to pay a heavy price similar to what Hamas is going to pay. But that's not enough, he said. The very clear message is that we are going to be going after the heads of Iran as well. When will we do that? When we decide. Barkett continued, Israel has a very clear message to our enemies. We are saying to them, look what's happening in Gaza. You're going to get the same treatment if you attack us. We're going to wipe you off the face of the earth. So as this continues to escalate, the rhetoric also escalates, Rick.
Yes. Doc, I didn't tell you this. About a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, as I was packing up things in our previous office at the church that we're in the process of selling, and I was packing up personal items in my office.
Right.
I came across a letter that I had received, I'm going to say 2 years ago, and forgive me to the sister who sent it. I don't recall your name off the top of my head right now. I don't have the letter with me in front of me right now. But Doc, the Lord had given her either a dream or a vision in which she saw Lebanon completely scorched, the entire country burned to a crisp. And here we are now, and the Israelis are saying, we're going to wipe you off the face of the earth. There will not be a Lebanon. There will not be an Iran.
Well, I think things are getting ready to escalate in a big way. When they are openly attacking U.S. forces in Syria and Iraq, that means their boldness level has increased.
Yes.
Because they've got to know that at some point the U.S. is going to respond. They're going to get into this conflict. And basically, when the U.S. gets involved, they'll turn countries into parking lots.
I know. But other countries will also turn Israel into an ashtray. And we may be on the verge of seeing the end of Zionism. This is extremely serious, what's happening right now. This may be the end of the Israeli state. It would also be the end of Lebanon and Iran and Syria. And, the entire Middle East will be on fire. But we may see the end of the Jewish state of Israel, because there may